Well, I had one here that I came across not too long before we were recording, and it sounds like a great headline. Official: Pentagon has started prudent planning for full Afghan withdrawal by May. So you read that headline and you think, well, that sounds pretty good. But then you read the story, and every single official cited in the story makes it absolutely clear that Trump hasn't given any kind of orders at all. There's just this deal that the U.S. made with the Taliban that says we're going to have. I think they said zero service members in Afghanistan, May 2021. But they always say if conditions warranted and things like that to make it very clear that the order hasn't been given yet, and that there are a lot of situations where that order will not be given, and that these plans are just being carried out, and the potential that we get out, but there's no real reason to think that we will at this point. The other thing is that there's the big election in November between now and November, May of 2021, and it doesn't seem like Joe Biden will stick with this plan. He's been pretty clear that while he wants to draw down the endless wars, he doesn't necessarily want to end them. He doesn't want to pull all U.S. forces out of the Middle East. He's, has to take, I guess, if he feels like a contrary position to Trump. And so, especially with the hawkish people around him like Michelle Flournoy, it's not surprising at all that his take is we can't get all of the soldiers out. We have to leave them there and essentially make sure this war continues forever. And so, with that, and then again, the high violence potential for a U.S. troop death, I'm not exactly holding my breath that all U.S. soldiers are going to get out of Afghanistan in May of 2021. However, the Pentagon actually taking the time to draw up serious plans for this is a bit of a improvement over most situations where they would absolutely drag their feet on drawing up any kind of realistic plans to withdraw American forces from anywhere. Because if the plans are there to do it, then it could actually happen one day. So maybe this is a little bit of good news, but I haven't read too much into it so far. But I do see a lot of people getting a little bit excited over this.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely encouraging development here that at least they're drawing up the plans at all. Like, like you're saying, they're not, there's been no orders given to withdraw to this level yet, to zero. And I think they are going to make it more like conditions based in this last final leg of troops. But nonetheless, like, yeah, they are at least, planning for it. So, that's certainly, Trump can give the order and sometimes they still don't do it. So it seems in like Syria. But in this case, it does seem like they are, at least at most, or at the very least, reluctantly going forward with that.
Right. Just the last thing I'll note is that I think some of this came out in House Oversight and Reform Subcommittee for National Security. And it
Yeah.
seems like Congress is taking an active role in this. And if we've seen Congress do anything under the Trump administration, it's try to keep U.S. troops in different countries and stuff like that. And so I'm not even sure that Congress won't present a barrier here as the U.S. tries to get out. Although, Will, I was just reading before we came on a story I believe that you wrote up just probably an hour or so ago that there's still no evidence about these bounties in Afghanistan, at least. And so, I don't know, Tammy Duckworth is still doing her daily. It's been 90 days and Donald Trump still hasn't done anything to the Russians about the bounties in Afghanistan. But if the Pentagon can't present the Congress any evidence to go along with that, that seems like some good news to me.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. It's the story you're citing about the Pentagon officials saying that they're planning for a full withdrawal. The guy they're citing there, David Halvey, I think his name is. That's the same guy who was asked during the same committee hearing. Actually, he was asked about the Russian bounties thing that the New York Times reported, and like, have you seen any evidence of that? And yeah, he also is saying that nope, we still have not seen any evidence of that at all. And interestingly, actually, Zalmay Khalilzad, the like top U.S. envoy to Afghanistan, during that same hearing, he was also asked about like, is Russia doing anything? Are there any external actors trying to like work against the U.S. peace process there? And Khalilzad was like, no, I mean, the Russians have been supportive of the diplomatic efforts in Afghanistan. So that really is like cutting against this whole like, resistance narrative about the Russians in Afghanistan.
All right, well, let's take a minute to talk about our sponsor, Paloma
Yeah.
Verde. What they do is they sell great CBD products. Go online and check out their store, PALOMABERDE store, STORE.com. And when you go to their website, you could look at all their great products. Not only do they have great CBD products, they also have just education on CBD. So a lot of people have already asked me like, hey, can I take CBD and still pass the drug test? And the answer, I think, in all cases is yes, because they test for THC, and all the Palome Verde products are labeled THC free. They won't get you high or anything like that. I just want to say I'm in the process of moving, and that means I've been lifting a lot of stuff. And I got some sore muscles. The CBD doesn't take care of that, but now that I'm becoming an old man too, I get like really, really like bad pain and stuff like that. The CBD has been helping to fight the inflammation and making it so I'm not in so much pain all the time, and it's pretty great. And it's easy to take. There's a couple things that Carlos, the owner of Palome Verde, sent me. It's the soft gels, which I think are probably my second favorite product to use. The extract, which is definitely my favorite product to use. Just take the little dipper, get a milligram of it. It's stick in your mouth, easy to use. And then there's also the gummies, which are great as well. So make sure everybody checks out Paloma Verde store.com. You use the code PEACE, PEACE. Easy to remember, just like conflicts of interest. Paloma Verde has a nice green dove as their logo. So easy to remember the peace thing. And you get 25% off if you spend $75 on your order. And then you could also get an extra 10% off your first order if you sign up for the mailing list at palomaverdestore.com.